Hello everyone and welcome to our weather update on Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. Right, so like on Sunday we have high pressure out to our west, and around that we steer in the wind from the north, although its origins trace back to the Atlantic Ocean. Right, so going through then, we also have a lot of clouds coming down on that more moisture-laden flow from the west and northwest. And in addition, it's much cooler as well, especially that of late. However, it is by no means chilly, with plenty of areas reaching the low to mid 20 Celsius, especially in more central, southern, and sheltered locations. Although this morning, actually quite a substantial cloud deck has moved southwards over Ireland. I wasn't expecting much cloud in the south, but actually it's been grey and overcast all morning. Hopefully it burns off because I've got a beach walk. But we'll see. Large chunks of Wales and England are currently dry and sunny, especially in the west. Some cloud along the east and up towards Scotland and Northern England and Northern Ireland, of course, with probably the thickest cloud across Northern Ireland and Scotland, especially in the north of Scotland there. Actually, some parts of Scotland over the Highlands quite decently bright. Right, so here's the UKV. Again, cloud is just drifting southwards on that light to moderate northerly flow. And yeah, so the UKV shows, again, this morning, quite a big area of cloud over Ireland. Now it's about 10Z to 11Z, of course, that's GMT, so add an hour on, it's about 11 a.m. now, reality. And unfortunately, the UKV is more progressive than reality in terms of burning that cloud off from parts of Ireland. Some breaks appearing there, like Cork up towards the mountains of Wexford and Wicklow, but it's taking quite a while to burn it off. Anyway, through today, I think the trend will be that the cloud breaks up. Maybe not as much as the model showed, but especially in more central, southern and eastern areas of Ireland and the UK, I think many areas will be seeing sunshine by afternoon and evening. So overnight tonight, again, some patchy rain pushing into Scotland. Other than that, you're looking mainly dry and clear in the south, some cloud from the north. I will skim through this because it's mostly virtually the same over the next few days. So Wednesday, there you go. Sunshine in the south, cloudy in the north. Cloud amounts yet to be determined as seen with this morning, but generally that will be the trends in north-south splits, with the weather becoming gradually more sunny, bright and warm the further south you go. No clear cut-off point, just cloud getting patchier in the south and more overcast in the north. And in the north, exposed to the winds, onshore breeze brings in some light patchy rain. Into Thursday, again, look at that. Virtually identical to Wednesday and Tuesday. Possibly a bit more sunshine in the evening and cloud to start the day. Friday, again, very similar, but Saturday is when things change. We start seeing increased thicker and lower cloud coming in from the northwest, and some showers and spells of rain. So patchy rain comes through there on Saturday. Most of it is in the west and north. Some patches making it down into more southern and eastern areas there by Sunday morning. So is that a little change? We'll see. Here is the temperature forecast from UKV. Again, I will just breeze through this because it's virtually the same. Today, again, in the south, could reach mid-20s to high 20s locally. Other than that, low 20s, and in the north, high teens. Tonight, well, lowest temperatures about 10 to 15. Again, north to south. Same really tomorrow, possibly hotter in parts of southern England, maybe squeezing a 30 Celsius there. Other than that, getting cooler the further north you go. Overnight to Thursday, very similar. Thursday, very similar again. Highest temperatures across England in the south and parts of the Midlands too. Thursday night, maybe a bit warmer in the southeast of England. Other than that, same across Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and much of England. Friday, maybe a larger, hotter swathe across southwest England into southern England, parts of Midlands, into southeast England, and up into Cambridgeshire, Norfolk and Suffolk, East Anglia. Right, Saturday we start seeing more widespread cooler temperatures there across Ireland, Wales, Scotland and Northern England, but still for much of the heart of England itself, into the east and south, you're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 20s, some areas in the southeast up to the high 20s. Sunday morning into the afternoon, might see something cooler spreading across all areas. GFS, and that would be on a northwesterly airflow, by the way. So here's the GFS. GFS, again, high pressure is hovering to our west, bringing in dry weather, as you saw on the UKV, west and the south, bit duller and damper in the north. Damper, not wetter yet. Desperate need for rainfall, especially in the south. Recently. Now, Saturday is when things might change. So high pressure seems to just shrink away to the west. There, well, through the week is centered to the west, far to the west, but a ridge does extend in from the Atlantic Ocean, and that brings us that fine weather. However, it shrinks away through Friday and Saturday. That allows a northwesterly airflow to push in. That brings in patchy rain and showers. With that, most especially in more west northern areas, but even so, actually, some appreciable rain could make it into parts of southeast England even by Sunday morning. Look at that, as this trough deepens and clears through. Beyond that, well, high pressure ridges back in from the Azores, would you believe it? And we go into a warm and dry last few days of July. Now, start of August, a deep low passes near Scotland on the last day of July. That's interesting. Probably wouldn't worry about that. And because that looks kind of interesting, a bit detached from everything. It's got the high pressure to the north, high to the south, then it's low. Probably because of the jet stream influencing it. Let's see what happens here. Jet stream. Yeah, so we get a stronger push of the jet stream, I believe. That helps deepen this area of low pressure. But wouldn't worry about that yet, so 10 days away. August begins, warmer and drier, some high pressure around. GFS keeping things westerly, but mainly dry, especially across central and southern regions. Most of the rain with that will be in the north. And by August 6th, well, high pressure is trying to make a more convincing move from the southwest once again. ECM, well, high pressure to the west, just floating around, anchored and rooted, ridging in, but let's see what happens. Does the ridge shrink? Yes, it does by Saturday. I will bring in some more general spells of rain. Let's see what it has to say. So rainfall coming in there Saturday, quite some heavy bursts actually into the west and north. These slide southeastwards through the day, and actually some appreciable rain again getting into the areas we are in most need of it in the south and east. So that could be a welcome relief, temporary most likely, but still better than nothing. As we go through, please work, yeah. So into Sunday and Monday, okay, I'll refresh it. I'll refresh the page. It's going quite slowly. Are we in some difficulty? Okay, we're back to business. Apologies for that. Nope, we're not. I think this is going a bit slowly. So we go back to Sunday. There we go, and that's back to where we were. Won't jinx it yet. Okay, we are back to business. Right, so high pressure ridging into the south by next Tuesday. Low pressure in the north. We, in general, steer in the wind from the west through the last few days of July there. Into August, high pressure over the country, yes, but it's weak, and we have an upper level trough over us into our north, shown by these lighter colours there. So that will bring in some showers and rain, especially in more northern areas, and quite cool temperatures as well. Beyond that, high pressure building more strongly. Although this pattern for start of August, it looks very flimsy. Nothing much defined. You got these shallow troughs and these weak ridges. So I wouldn't be worrying too much about that at this stage. So here's the UK Met run. UK Met, once again, high pressure is extending into Ireland and the UK, and that brings a prolonged spell. It continues this prolonged spell of dry and fine weather. Although in more northern areas, it has started to break already. So going into the weekend, well, high pressure does shrink away to the west, and we bring in an area of frontal activity from the northwest. And yeah, it might bring some rain even into the southeast. Apologies. And next week, well, we stay westerly. Though will high pressure try and get back to us later on. GEM once again, high pressure there or thereabouts through the week. Into the weekend, well, we see a weather front coming in from the northwest. Let's see what happens here. So GEM not as intense at all with the rainfall. Very much patchy and light, not organised in any form away from Scotland. And, well, beyond that, well, same idea as the ECM and UK Met run. Low pressure maintains its influences through the last week of July. Start of August looks, last day of July, start of August. Low pressure's coming in, bringing in bouts of rainfall. Of course, much needed rainfall, probably a relief after the weeks and weeks and weeks of dry, warm, hot, and sunny weather. Basically, it's been dry across most areas since late June. A brief interruption around month's end, some patchy rain around some western areas, northern areas, but apart from that, I think the last properly wet spell was around the solstice or just before that, so a month ago or more. So here's the icon. Icon looks like this. It's going a bit slowly. Come on, out of bed. It's really it's almost 12 o'clock icon. You should be out of bed now. Anyway, so the icon brings in a northwesterly airflow. So again, we threaten, but but it's a good thing. We try to bring in some rain from the northwest. Unfortunately, it's going slowly again. Possibly some high traffic or some difficulties with the model. Anyway, so let's try and have a more detailed look at this. Okay, so Saturday morning. So the rain band looks not so organised, as to say, quite heavy for Scotland there. Otherwise, not really existing. Saturday evening, some heavier rain passes through parts of Northern Ireland, Northern England, Scotland again. Some in the east. But nothing much doing for other areas until possibly later on next week. So here's the arpège to round us all off. Well, high pressure once again, exerting its influence from the vast expanses of the Atlantic Ocean, and well, yeah, we stay mostly fine and dry in the south through the week. Then by Saturday, low pressure deepens to our north, and we see a frontal zone broaden and intensify into Saturday morning, and that looks more convincing for more areas as this area of rain comes southwards and eastwards. Now, something else that I've noticed is that on many of these runs, the rain band actually it gets more intense as it pushes eastwards and southwards across the country. So, for example, with the icon, we saw like virtually nothing across parts of Ireland there, but as it moves through, we see some more rain across parts of Eastern Ireland, Northern Ireland, light still, but getting heavier into Northern England, and then even some heavy falls into into the area like Lincolnshire, parts of Northern East Anglia, Norfolk, and some more showers into the southeast of England. Even that area of rain in the south, it does form some heavier pulses there, but at that point it's pushed into the Low Countries. So, if you're desperate for some rain, Saturday might be your bet. Unfortunately for me, I'm volunteering at the Quartan Colour Run Saturday. So, of the one day it had to rain this month, it had to be Saturday. Oh well, it's fine. I've got raincoat. Anyway, everyone, thanks for watching. I will see you later on. Enjoy the break from the hot sun, and for now anyway, probably be back later on. Enjoy the reprieve from the very high temperatures, and we'll see about the rain Saturday. I'll see you later on. Bye for now.